Especially when the stream was kind of going a little bonkers, but thank you guys. Hope you're enjoying the content. Enjoy your emotes. Ooh, good song. Since I'm moving to the left, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You know, Final Turk. I really am considering doing a controller run at some point with Red Mage. I think to run it as a controller just to go through all those things, so it makes a little bit more sense in my brain. You know, I get what you're saying, but you know, it's a little difficult for me to fully comprehend it since I don't use a controller. I mean, people, like, as I'm saying it, people are understanding it probably, especially when they play controller, but in my instance, like, I want to kind of put myself in those shoes so I can at least understand what's going on. Alright, so same thing here. We're gonna focus on killing everything. Now again, when we started 21 to 30, I wanted to showcase to you what Machinists can do. Like, here is what Machinists can pull off. Here is the power of Machinists. AoEing, running, gunning, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is a little bit more of the casual type of climb, where we're going to get back to focusing at one kill at a time, which is something I'd recommend a little bit more for most people to do, right? Play it safe, don't get too risky, blah blah blah. But I mean, you know, sometimes you're like, oh man, this is our 10th attempt. You know, we're back up here for the 10th time. Maybe you want to get a little spicy, and you can do it like that, you know. So it is an option, but for now, we'll take it in a way. Again, we're going to focus on the clear. Today is about the clear. How can we get to this clear with the highest chance of success? That's what we're aiming for today, so I opened, by the way, this floor with a alteration. One of the dangerous things to do with an alteration in the early floors is you will get, again, I mentioned you get Mimics or you get Mandies. Now, the Mimics and the Mandies are a much higher level, so I think they're going to be about 58 or 57. So they can hurt, you know? Considering we are only 52, we're going to be fighting something that's 6 levels above us. But what I do have currently in my inventory is Rages. So what I could do is, if we do see Mimics on the next floor, is I can either decide to steal, I can Witching, or I can just use a Rage. You know? And look, we're like 170 floors from the top. So using a Rage right now, it's not gonna end your run, right? Use a Rage, just make sure you get like the most value of it, don't worry about it, you know? Sometimes people get a little conservative on their commanders this early. You don't have to, man, you know? Keep things at 2, use them as you wish, you know, see how things feel like when you use them. But the only time you're gonna really worry about commanders is once you get to like 140-ish. You know, like you got 110 floors to start worrying about commanders in terms of a full run. So, you know, have some fun, use some things if you see as necessary, that's all. Since I'm moving with, I read that. Loving the videos. Video got me into Heaven on Ice. Solo Machinist, currently level 90, scared to finish. Man, I gotta, you know, so many people say that, Axe, that they're scared to continue, I gotta find something that I guess resonates to a lot of you guys. Like, I guess it's just a simple, like, you just gotta go in and do it, right? I mean, what else is there to do? It's like, if you don't go in, you're never gonna find out how you're gonna do, right? But it's so funny how that is one of the common things I hear now, like, a lot. It's like, man, I'm scared to go in, dude. But, you know, for me personally, I don't know if this helps you guys out. I mean, if you've seen my attempts, you'll see, like, we go right into the floors, right? We go, when we do Heaven on High, we literally go 1 to 100 for a majority of the time, or we do 21 to 100. Like, we do it all in one seating. For me, I like the continuation of the momentum, right? Like, we steadily get higher and higher in momentum, things get a little bit harder, we keep going, things get a little bit harder. Because if I start a run in the higher floors, like, say, a couple days later, it's harder for me because I'm cold, I'm not warmed up, you know? Now, everyone will be different. Some people will be okay with that pressure. For me, I found out the hard way that it didn't work out too well. Now, I'm getting a little better, but I feel a lot calmer when I've slowly warmed up to these floors. And that's one reason I prefer to kind of do it all in one seating, because, you know, we're progressively getting harder and harder. So my mindset is already set in this thing where, okay, the next floor will be harder, okay, the next floor will be harder, until we wipe. So it kind of helps, I think, with that fear. You know, it's like you've already been amped up from the previous set of floors that were really hard, you know, and you're looking at obviously a floor that's much harder, but at least you're not cold. You're warmed up, your brain is working, you're thinking, all that stuff. So that might help. to maybe put that into consideration. But again, we're all different. Everyone's gonna be different people. Maybe you have to step away. Maybe you just finished like a really like tight floor, right? You just cleared Onra, you just got out with like a minute left, and you gotta stand up and like breathe. You know, maybe just like sleep it off. Maybe like go outside for a jog or something. Like, I get it. Like, you know, whatever will work for you. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna find out how you do until you go in. And don't even feel bad if like you enter the floor and like you die to the first thing. I do not feel bad about that. You know why? Especially if you're talking about your first time getting to those floors. It's an experience, man. And I would bet you money that you will not make exactly the same mistake the next time. Exactly the same mistake. You might die again to something else, but you may not make the same mistake to the one thing you just initially died to. So, you know, it's a learning process. You learn. You got better. It's fine. You died to the first thing. Okay. You know, lots of people have been in your position. Same thing. You know, I've died very early. I've died very fast. Don't worry about it. You know? And also, again, this is your attempt, your solo attempt, you know? Sometimes people get a little embarrassed and a little shy about sharing their experience, you know? It's like, it sucks to lose, of course, you know? That's one of the fears of the raiding and the PF, right? A lot of people have that raid anxiety because they don't want to be the one person that fucks up. With solo, it's just you, right? So you're the only one that's there. So, you know, all you gotta just do is make sure that you're okay with it when you look in the mirror. That's all that matters. So, alright, so we have a Mimic here. I'm just gonna deal with it straight up. The Infatuation, we do the Head Grace, so you see the Interrupt. That stops the Pox, so we won't take the Pox. And this thing is gonna be dead very quickly, even though it's 54, so it's not too bad. I'm gonna pull the next one. I'm gonna hoit. Alright, cool. Let's go. Now, the problem I just made here is I pulled it a little bit too fast. So my Interject is not ready for this pull, but I think I will kill this Mimic before it becomes a problem because of Wildfire. Yep, we're good. So you want to make sure you be careful popping Mimics, pulling Mimics back to back, because it is a 30-second cooldown, and my Head Grace was not ready, but I had Wildfire and my Burst ready, so we were able to down that Mimic pretty damn quick. Head Grace. Alright, 3 Mimics down. No problem. Is my button working? No. The answer to that is no, so I guess we're not keeping track of Mimics today. 2 Gravity Things left, and they're all done. Dang! I gotta catch up at some point when I get motivated. Right now, I'm binging on the Bajra duels a little bit. I'm having a lot of fun with Bajra duels, so I'm gonna enjoy that until that gets tiring or, you know, people stop caring about the fate. So the crafting relic can happen sometime in the next 8 months. You know, I could do that. I do that at any time, dude. Yo, what's up, Natsumi? Hello. Can a room have more than 1 trap? Nope. A room cannot have more than 1 trap. There is a maximum of 1 trap per room. There is a chance a room cannot have a trap, but it cannot have more than 1 trap. Always only 1 trap. Somebody says they want to get back into trying to clear Heaven on High and Dancer. Last time I got past 80 for the first time, so I've been too busy to keep going. Hey, whenever you got the time, you know, this thing is not going to change. It'll be the same when you get back. So, I was supposed to use an alteration. I forgot. Alright, let's look up. I'm gonna sight here. Room is very big, so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna Fortune. Here's a play that you guys can keep in mind. I'm just gonna do this for demonstration purposes. You can do a Fortune. See how many rooms there are? There's 1, 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not including the spawn room. So I can do a Fortune, and because we're going to kind of guarantee ourselves a lot of kills, I'm gonna Rage, and we're gonna try to get all these kills this way. So one little kind of backup method that you can do if you're a little bit low on Pomanders is you can Fortune Rage, but you have to make sure that you're getting the most bang out of your buck, right? So if this room spawned with only 3 rooms, we only have to deal with 3 rooms, you're not getting the most bang for your buck. I do a sight here, because I can also step on a luring trap to get more enemies if needed. So, you know, and it's a gamble, because there's a high chance that we may not even see any chests, you know? But it is what it is. Also, if you're behind on levels, right now I think I dinged 55, but let's say you're a little bit low on levels, this is where Rage can really come handy, because we're one-shotting everything. So we're getting all this XP back, you know, you don't have to worry about your strength or steel, you're just getting these kills, easy peasy, and you move on, so... Hello, Angela! Welcome back. Hey, Woodmog! Do these go on YouTube if you only clear? Yes. So they'll be on Twitch for what, 3 months before they get deleted off Twitch? But I will commit to this, by the way, Wetmog. until we do get the clear. So if we fail this week, I will go back in next week, because, you know, I mean, you don't gotta twist my arm to say go back to Machinist, you know? We're doing this for a good purpose, so I would love to get back on the shop. I would like to think I can get this clear, but I'm not gonna lie, the only one I'd be worried about is Behemoth, because it's been a minute since I did Behemoth on Machinist, and it can go pretty wrong. But, you know, I've cleared it a couple times. I think I should have a little bit of confidence, you know? So what's up, Wetmonk? How are you? You always forget the fortune before we reach Treasure Room. Try to remember that as best you can above us, because here's a way maybe you can convince yourself. At what point are you using fortune to begin with, right? Like, are you just using it willy-nilly? A lot of times you're probably not. You're probably not even thinking about using a fortune. You know, you're probably only thinking about using a fortune when you're at 3. Because, like, you know, you kind of want to strategize, like, when am I using this fortune? So you're probably not just popping it randomly. So it might be a good way of trying to remember, okay, anytime I use a rage, let's make sure we do a fortune. Like, combine the two every single time. The only time in which I'll end up using a fortune, like, straight up, like, I'll actually just use it without a rage, is in the higher floors. So if we get to 191 on Thursday, you'll see I'm going to use a fortune in the beginning floor. And we'll talk about that when we get there, so. Started PoTD today for Relic! But I only have... Oh. Yeah, you wanna, like, I'd say a bare minimal Wetmog, you want, like, 400 to 500 as a start. So if you're gonna start for the title, you want to be sitting at, like, 400. You'll get some as you climb, but you definitely want to start at close to 400. Otherwise, it may run out. Also, so far, my ratio, Wetmog, for the Relic has been, I believe now it's 5 out of 20. So I've gotten 5 out of 20. We haven't picked one up today yet. So we've got 30 floors. We haven't seen one yet. I'm trying to keep track of that one. We're 5 out of 20 right now. Cooking out some pizza to enjoy this? Ooh, pizza sounds good. Rage. I got my rage back. I'm gonna do another alteration, just to kind of keep that at 0. We'll do another affluence. Oh, that's not an affluence. That's okay. I'll take the steal. Not a big deal here. Affluence. We're almost to drill. Drill is the premier ability for Machinists, guys. Once you get drill, it is one sexy looking ability. It just feels like you are destroying something, and then you combine it with Reassemble Man, you're gonna see things melt. It's gonna be a thing of beauty. And that is gonna be one reason you'll see why Machinist is powerful as heck in here. Tuition. And if there's another perspective you can put it in, like, Machinist doesn't really get too much else when you get to 70. You're basically using the 60 kit, and it's still carrying you through Heaven on High, so it is powerful. Alright, we're gonna have to take the Toad Trap, no problem. We got Mandy's, one-shot kill, easy peasy. We'll just chill here for the Toad. Toad Trap is 20 seconds, so it's not too bad. Otter Trap in Heaven on High feels like it's an eternity, that's 30 seconds, but you easily die in an Otter Trap, so... Affluence? I already used one, right? Yes, I did. Also, I do want to note, Machinist is a job that's a little sensitive on the ping. So if you're dealing with a little bit higher ping, there might be a lot of issues trying to double weave, but let me assure you, you can still clear this if you can't double weave. Okay? I attempted it before, and I've had success. It's a lot more difficult, but it's not impossible. But you'll see that I can double weave Gauze Barrel and Ricochet, and I will not clip my GCD. That is not going to be common for a lot of people. So if you're seeing me do that, don't feel bad. It is not required. You will still be able to succeed in here. But I do have the favorable ping that allows me to pull that off without clipping, so... I got more Mimics. See, double weave there, no problem with that one. Easy peasy. I think I can kill this before... Yeah, we can kill this before it becomes a problem. Got close though with the delay on clean shot. I'm gonna pull Wildfire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last GCD. I hope to have Necromancer one day, but I keep dying on the bees in 120. I'll skip the flight. We won't do the flight yet. So, a couple reasons that could be because of the bees. How does your arm and armor look, Angela? Are we at 99.99? That could be one reason. Another reason, are we doing that fight with strength on? That actually could be a very big reason. Oh, okay, I can demonstrate something. Let me derail for a second. So this again is another special enemy. So check this out. I'm gonna pull this thing, right? Special enemy, it's an Immortal Flame. They come in varying types. If I try to witching this, look at this. If I try to witching, they do not get witching. They are immune to witching. So that is something to bear in mind, because sometimes these enemies can get very difficult, and sometimes your first reaction is to witching. And you can't do that on that one. So if you see a special enemy, you have to take care, especially if we see one on the very higher floors, because some of them can get very dangerous. Alright. Okay, so back to that question. So did you use strength? Or do you have strength on? That can be a solid reason why you don't kill the bees. Because generally for all the jobs, at least from what I've experienced on, the bees are manageable. As long as you kind of focus them the moment they show up. So even, we're talking a job even like an Astro or a Scholar. You know, White Mage has a bit of an advantage because they have a size, so you can line up a size for the bees. But as long as you're focusing in on the bees as they spawn and fully respect them, they should die. Yeah, so that can be a cause, Angela, that can be a cause. I remember there was one time, this was just for shits and giggles. I attempted a super low Aether Pull run because I was building my arm and armor in Chaos. I'm sorry, in Light. So for EU. Also, Reassemble Drill, look at this, Reassemble Drill, dude. Reassemble Drill at Abstract on. So I got to the 120 boss with like 35 arm and like 40 armor. Let me tell you, it was impossible to kill the bees even when I fully focused them. I had strength on, I even tried to lust, I didn't kill them in time. I just didn't have enough damage. Now, you know, we're talking like a super ridiculously low arm and armor, like it is impractical to even consider a clear, but I was farming potsherd, so that's a different story. So that can come into play. So in the assumption you're 99.99, the bees will be, not that they're going to be easy, but they shouldn't be a problem if you fully respect them. Now, if you kind of greed a little bit, you kind of push more damage into the boss, that kind of thing, you might run a risk of them killing you, so. Hey Nola, it's been a little bit, how are you doing? I am happy to see you. Hopefully things are okay in your neck of the woods. No, it's okay, be busy. And do your thing, man. Get those kids educated, you know? But thanks for popping in. And I hope you have a good sleep. At least one of us can have a good sleep, because I still am not having the greatest sleep, so. We watched the bot. Actually, okay, 0.5%. Believe it or not, there was only a single direct hit Sonic Break, and no crits at all. Wow, okay. Not even autos if I'm watching this. Not even autos. Wait, not even autos? They should have been doing autos. Insanely busy? Oh cool, oh cool. Yo! No crits, oh no crits on autos, gotcha. Yo, Jason, if you have that bot available somewhere, if you wanted to link it and send it to me so I can take a look, and just maybe give you a little bit of, maybe a perspective from my end, I wouldn't mind doing that, if you want to do that, so let me know. Yeah, I also really like the odds. I wish you could request it. It's gonna be, actually on Thursday, we're gonna bring in the other playlists. Angela. But it's a random list, so there may be a chance you'll hear Ansel. But it's all up to what the playlist decides, so just a heads up on that one. We are over-leveled, holy crap, we're gonna hit 60 well before we get to the boss, that's gonna be cool. So after this set of floors, since we will be 60, we will be going a little bit minimal on the kills. We're gonna focus again more on just getting through, so you'll see this run get a little bit faster, but our work of getting to 60 and to getting to levels made this a little bit more trivial, right? We're a lot stronger, nothing really threatened us, we do have a lot of strength steal, so that's kind of cool. But I do recommend that. We didn't really spend too much. We've been streaming now for about, well, the video is probably going to be about 2 hours, but it's been about 2 hours, you know? Take that extra time to go through it, and you will thank yourself. Okay, cool, Jason. When I get a chance, I will check it out. So thank you for that. And I hope maybe I can extrapolate something from my end, from my eyes. Can you go past 100 if you... Yes, you can. Yes, you can. B-Shadow, you can. Now, obviously you can't get the title, but you can certainly get past 101. You can certainly get past 100 if you start from 51. As long as you know, the prerequisites is that you don't die. As long as you don't die, you're good to go. You're playing some COD with some friends. Hey! Call of Duty. Nice. Alright, let's go. It's a good song. Alright, reassemble Jill. Look at this, watch this monk. Reassemble Jill. Dead. Well, almost dead. Again, we're hugging walls. I'm being very tight on these walls. Again, even though we're tight on the walls, we still hit a trap. But you know what? That is what it is. You gotta be careful. You gotta just be ready for something to happen. So. Oh, this is a song that you would hear in Final Fantasy 11. I'm sorry, 14. If you did Baldur's in Arsenal battle theme. The original game before 14, gotcha. I'm gonna use a Lust here. I'm sorry, not a Lust. I'm gonna use a Rage here. Just to kind of get a little bit quicker here. So, again, I'm sitting at 3. We have a lot of Rage. At least this allows me to kind of get the most out of the Rages, so... You threw a 120? No, Immortal! What happened? Did you ignore the bees? I'm sorry to hear, bro. God damn it. Don't worry, man. I've died on 120 a lot too. Like, it's actually crazy how much I'm actually very scared of that, because that is where we end the stream usually, and I'm very focused in on that fight, so... You got clipped by line AoE at 20%? Oh no. That line AoE is close to a one-shot, I think. Like, I don't recall ever really getting hit with it, but it is very strong. So I think even from like... Just from like full HP, you might just die. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, man. Yeah, it's big and it's powerful, yeah. And we are 60. Alright, so we're gonna start going a little faster, guys. Hope you like some speed. And we're gonna go faster. We are 60 now, so we don't have to care about kills. We don't need to care about kills. 14k? Yeah, it's almost all your HP, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Alright, trying to be picky now. So this one, this Troubadour is a proximity. So now actually this will be a good time to start explaining some of the aggro things, right? If we're gonna skip, there's gonna be reasons why I pull certain things. So a lot of things in Palace that are mostly proximity. There's a handful that are sight, there are a handful that are sound. But you're gonna see, especially when we start getting into the higher floors, that we're gonna be very picky in what we pull. And a lot of times my method of pulling is more about something in my way. So let's say something is blocking a door. I would want to pull that over something else. Like this one is right in my way, so I'm gonna pull this one, because I can't get through this room unless it's dead. Also, the two monks over here, I can... Oh, actually the left monk would aggro, but this one would also aggro because it's facing the exit, so I'm gonna pull this one as well. This is sight, by the way. So now this is where kind of the knowledge of how things aggro come into play. If you're killing everything, I gotta pull this monk. If I don't, it aggroes. If you're killing everything, you don't gotta worry about aggro, right? Because everything's dying, so aggro's whatever. But once you start becoming a little picky-choosy, there is definitely a thing where knowing what stuff do will help you out, so... Know what else is big and powerful? Could the meteor? Nah, this ain't that stream for that. Well, it's not that this ain't that stream for that one, Puka. There is a, you know, a good friend of mine where if you say that, the stream is going, the conversation goes right into that one. But not here, usually. Not that I mind. Rather, not that I care. It's fine if it does. See ya, Nola! I'm glad you popped in. It is late. I'm actually surprised to see you this late, but thanks for popping in. Troubadour again is proximity, so we have to take care of it. Actually, a lot of these are. So the Gubu coming in is proximity, the Monk is proximity. Actually, there's 2 Gubus coming in, so they're all proximity. Also, I'm going to open with a Strength here, and I'm also going to steal, because we are getting close to the boss. You think you're hilarious? Hey, no, it's cool, dude. I love it. I love a good joke, man. Sometimes I kind of joke back a little bit. Sometimes I'll just take the bluff and just kind of act like, you know, I have a little bit of a weirder sense of humor, if you will. So, like, I see what you're getting at, but then I kind of like, you know, spin it in another direction just because I think it's fun. So don't worry about it. Sight, excellent. Troubadour. I find anything funny? Hell yeah, dude. It's nice to have a good sense of humor. It's nice to laugh at things, you know? That's a landmine, by the way. I think I mentioned that before, but that is a landmine. If you're someone that doesn't believe me, well, it's a landmine. Just in case you didn't believe me. Okay, we're gonna get to the boss. Now the boss on Machinist, because we're level 60, I think we are able to kill this in 1 cycle. So we are going to try to kill this in 1 cycle because we have a lot of damage. So we're going to get 5 lusts on this. I'm also going to open with a potion. We get 5 lusts, we jump out. Oh, my wildfire is not ready. Okay, so we may not kill this in 1 cycle. We would have killed this in 1 cycle if my wildfire is ready, but guess what? It ain't ready. So we might not kill this in 1 cycle. So that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm not too concerned with that, but we will try anyway. Okay, we assemble Jill here. You see them? Look at that damage, dude. Reassemble Jill just melted this boss, dude. Now, if I can get this past 50% before it does the first AoE, we might have a chance. It is past 50. We're gonna try to do this in 1 cycle, even though we don't have wildfire. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 2 more AoEs, so I think we're gonna nail it. Drill. Easy peasy, we didn't need wildfire. Look at 1 cycle kill. 1 cycle. So what I mean by 1 cycle is what would happen with that boss is as he goes through the thing, he's gonna get to the center, he's gonna do a terror AoE, and then he's gonna do a follow-up AoE, and then the whole fight repeats. But the terror AoE locks you and stuns you for like 7 seconds. So it's like the 1 cycle. But we're 60, we're machinists, we're good DPS, we can kill it before all that happens, so power. You can't do that in a lot of jobs. We were working on Dark Knight. Dark Knight can't do it in 1 cycle. I've tried to, even at 60, so...